Alright, we gotta put these thigh shields to use, so we're gonna put the belt loops on them so we can connect them to the belt. We're also gonna put the zipper system. I use a really heavy duty metal zipper. I don't cheap out on this. This is like a $10 zipper for a little 6-inch. That's pretty expensive, but it's heavy duty. And then I sew this really strong cloth onto this so that we barge glue this to the armor, and you can zip it on and off really easily. I make 6 of these, sew these together, and then these get glued on to here, onto these. But what we're going to do is prep the area where we're going to glue onto. I don't want to just glue onto this. We're going to make a nice rough surface that this adheres really well to. Make sure it's nice and smooth. Move on to the next one. So I do a slight angle to this. I don't do it like flat, just a slight angle so that it has a nice crisscross mesh on there. That just helps everything grip a lot better. Eventually I'd like to upgrade to one of those really big Dremels. But I have so many other. Building a homestead, everything I make goes into this land. It's gone. Those all look pretty good. Happy with that. Let's get the armor. Get over this interior. I'm not making this side in here smooth. I'm just scruffing up the interior here a little bit. Doing circular motions like this, and that just sands the surface down really nice. Try to do little X patterns, 45-degree angles there. That looks great. Happy with that. other side. Good. Zipper in there so you can open this up, put it right back together. You know, I haven't put this on since I painted it. Let's just slip it on so I can show you guys. Looks like, of course, if I could zipper that, that'd be great. Then I could actually. Is that the whole eye right there? Oh yeah, stuck. You know, it's not tailored to me by any means. And then of course we have the thigh shields. You know, these will have, you know, they'll be on a belt, so you can kind of slip them around. Let's say you know want to hide the touche a little bit, you can slide that back. You know, so that's why I make the loops for this. So. But I like the feel of it is really great. Arm movement is great. The chest isn't super low. Like, here's my chest. This is where my chest is. You know, I want to make sure that proportions. But, you know, it's hard. When you put wings on this, you know, obviously, like the cartoon, it can flex. This does flex. So, over time, this will get more flexible, and he'll be able to, you know, move with this. This is a very flexible armor, which is pretty cool. It doesn't stretch like the anime, but it's, yeah. Okay, let's prep these for glue. It's made of really, really strong floor mats. And then I have high density, really, really expensive foam. This stuff is very strong. It's an EVA foam. I use different mediums for my bodies. I like the floor mat modes, you know. So here's Cell Games here. Oh my God, a bird. So anyways, we're gonna go ahead and, you know, this is one of the Cell Games, and I like to start with the floor mats just because it is a really strong foam. It does cost a little bit more. You get little 4-packs and all that, but at the end of the day, I mean, these are made for people to step on. They're a really high density, and you can get this density out of a big roll of foam. And like I said, I do use those really big rolls of foam from what was it? I used to work with TNT Cosplay Supply. So these foams, they work great, and you can make an armor the entire way out of them, but I don't really, it's not necessary. Like you can see, this is the smooth on the inside, the outside, and then on the interior here we have, you know, this is the floor mat foam. And it's strong. These things, I mean, you can punch this thing, you can bend it, you can twist it. It's not, they're built strong. This is solid EVA. The trim, The trim is pure EVA foam as well. Let me put one of these over here. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Spill effect. Hold on. I spilled coffee. My trim is solid EVA foam. Man. So here I have a really long piece, and that's what goes around the bottom here. As you can see, it's a fatter piece. It's a really nice foam. I actually cut this in half myself. You cannot buy half dowel in 40 millimeter. So I sliced this in half and make a long stretch of it, like I do with all my little foam. Then I got like really small ones that come in half dowel. These are great for like these parts here, like the little parts. I want these to be a little bit smaller than these here, so 10 millimeter works really great for that. Okay, we gotta start gluing. Look at my coffee mess. Oh, goodness. This didn't touch my fresh new panels. Oh my. Man, I'm already running out of space in here. I can't wait to build my new studio. Is going to be gorgeous. It's going to be so big. It's actually over on the other side here. But right now this is just temporary. I'll show you where the new studio. Somebody dug a hole right here. Hope it's not a snake, but that's where the big studio's going right now. I just have massive logs that I'm trying to cut through. And I'm a full-time dad and just building a homestead and building sand armors right now. But I've got this leveled. We're gonna I can't talk right now, guys. We're gonna bring a compactor out here and really work this earth down, bring stone out here. And yeah, basically it's gonna be like half, so basically it's gonna be a shop. And then inside right here is where we're going to have the chickens. And then those are going to go over to, like, with goats and stuff. I don't know what's in this hole. There's something inside there. Just going to let it go. Chances are it's a rattlesnake. I'm just not in the mood to deal with a rattlesnake right now. A little bee right there. What's this little bee doing? Hey. Hey. What you doing in there, little bee? Look at him. Man. Freaking Nate. I'm in the middle of a jungle right now. I swear to goodness. Hey. I'm just gonna let him go. He's got something in there. We've gotta look around on things. I walked out here one day and there was a spider. It was neon green, like staring me in the face. It was on my mannequin. And yeah, so I always gotta kind of look around, make sure there's not a massive spider or something chilling. Okay. Stop thinking about boogly boogly stuff. We gotta start gluing. I'm gonna go ahead and shut my fan. There. Let's see. Here. Having like rolls of tape just helps keep it where it needs to be. Barge shoe glue, if you're doing this inside, if you're working with this stuff, it will kill you. So please wear a mask. I have a fan right now blowing and I'm outside, so I can kind of step back and glue with this and not really worry about it. But it is particularly something that's very dangerous to work with. So I always tell people, please wear a mask. In fact, I have one here I wear if I'm doing like really in detail gluing. If I'm gluing trim, I will wear this because I'm doing it for a long period. I'm working with this glue for over an hour, so I definitely have to wear a mask. What is up, Akira Collection? How are you doing, my friend? As you can see, this is what holds shoes together. Very strong glue. Greetings from Lima, Peru. You know, my cousin just went to Machu Picchu. He's there right now in Peru. My cousin travels the world. He travels all over. So this trip is Machu Picchu. He took a picture of him and his wife just chilling on the side of the mountain. Pretty amazing. So I like to put a lot of glue in there and really work it in. I like to do like circles here. This gets that glue pressed into the surface. And then I press it in like this. It is crucial to make sure this edge is well coated and well applied. I am happy with that. And a little extra maybe on the outskirts here just in case, and go to the other side. This stuff's hard to get in there. It's so sticky. Alright, plenty of glue in there. Set that right here. Let's get our heavy duty zipper here. We're going to go and apply glue from here because I want to apply this red part onto the inner line. So we're going to stuff our glue and it's sewed with 2 seams there, so it's very strong, very, very, very tough. And this is just going to help this grip up there really well. So we're going to put the glue on these 2 sides. Start on this side here. The fan's kind of drying things out, to be honest. Should probably. Now, it is very important that I put a nice bead of glue along that red, and that it's sticking really well. You know what? What am I doing? I need to, God. Yeah, my pins are inside. Let's do this. My pin here. I think I have a couple pins in my mannequin. Yes, I do. Just gonna help stretch this out. This. This is going to help with the gluing process, keeping this. What's up, little bee? There we go. Got in there. Hey. Oh, collecting something in there? Alright. Oh, that was a cute little bee. I gotta focus on putting this glue on, little guy. I have a deer that comes here every morning. I give her a carrot, and only because she has a new fawn. Normally I won't. Okay, B, I gotcha. Normally I don't, feed a wild animal just because it's not. But this little girl, she got hit or something like that. She's got like a scar on her back, and she's kind of a small deer. So every night I give her a carrot, cucumber. She gets all happy when she's eating it. So I love it, dude. I love it. Mr. B, what's up? You got something in your jaws, like it's carrying something. Hey, all right. Yeah, I'll turn the fan off. Maybe the air is blowing him around too much. Is that easier? Yeah, that's what you wanted. He's back there again. The fan's going like that, and he's like, oh, God. That's kind of funny. Maybe he's trying to tell me, like, turn that fan off, please. His little butt's just sticking out there. I don't know what this little bee's doing. Maybe it's like building a nest or... Ooh, having pins in this makes this so much easier. Because it's just holding it right where it needs to be. Tiny little jumping spider. Man, I got all kinds of little bugs around me. Hey. Go over there. Okay. So, got this glued. Okay, I know it doesn't look pretty, but that's, a healthy amount of glue. Thank you for the follow. Just saw somebody follow me. Appreciate that. Oh, man. It's going to be a beautiful, hot day today. But what I need to go do is I'm out of yellow paint. I used the last of my yellow paint on this armor. So we're going to go to Lowe's. I'm going to pick up some more yellow. I'm going to pick up some more EVA foam. And we're going to stock up on some materials and paints and stuff like that. But I'm trying to knock this out because I want to get this over to the post office today for its estimate. Okay, I'm going to let that set right there. I'm going to go ahead and pre-glue these. Sounds like my sons are giving my wife a really hard time. It's hard. I'm full-time dad, alright? So I got like a little bit of time I can get out here and do what I need to do, but then I gotta go watch these kids. It's this balance, I'm doing this so I can take care of my kids. I haven't worked for a year because I broke my back. So, healthy amount of glue on there, fellas. Ladies and gentlemen. Healthy amount of glue. Alright, Mr. B, I gotta turn the fan on. You're just gonna have to I don't know, MacGyver this stuff out. Whatever you're doing in my hammer. I hope he's not building a nest in my hammer. Hey. What are you doing in there, bee? Do you think a bee could be storing food in my hammer? Well, it's got that side. I think he's in there just making a little nest. Hmm. So weird, dude. Like the Faye Valentine sticker. Look into my eye, Faye. One of them is fake. Constantly looking in the past.
Yeah.
I had a thing for Cowboy Bebop. And Faye. In fact, these are my ladies. Sorry, I can't really show you that part. My buddy Saiyan Kai does those stickers. He sent me those. Alright, so I'm just putting glue on this side and really making sure I'm working it in to the material itself. Okay? It's very important to really get it in those threads. Set it down. Get it in there. Too much glue. Too much glue. So, just put that glue in there. Get it in them there threads. That's okay. And I sew all these. I just ziggy-zag them like that. Make sure everything's locked in. So much sewing when it comes to saying stuff. Well, cosplay in general. I bought a Singer, brand new, when I first started doing all this to build my Boba Fett jumpsuit. Okay, those are set. I think this is ready to go. We're gonna go ahead and start over here. Let's get this applied. That is not happy. Don't want this to fold in on itself. Very important. We're just getting one side attached. Almost done. I'll be right in there. There we go. Zipper installed. Very great. see the inside. Really grip those in there. Looks great. Everything's locked down really well. You want to make sure all these edges here are just nicely adhered, and they are. So I'm very happy with that. I know that's going to be locked down. That's not going to come apart. You know, I'm not going to flex. I let it cure for a while, but that's going to be nice and solid. Little room up here just for like flexing when you're moving back and forth. It does give a little bit, but you just zip that up like that. It's a 6-inch zipper. That looks great. Key is keeping this bottom nice and tight. Okay. That's set. Move pretty fast because I gotta go be full-time dad. Full-time dad mode. So, locking them in. Here we are. Those aren't going anywhere. Those are locked in. This glue is nothing to joke about. It works so incredibly well. If you know how to use it correctly. If you do not know how to use it correctly, it becomes a nightmare. Like I had one friend, he's like, oh man, I tried using barge, dude, and it just doesn't work for me. It always just comes apart. And I said, well, are you letting it, you know, you gluing it and just sticking it together? And he's like, well, yeah. And he's like, that's not how it works. You got to let it dry and tack. And once it's tacked, as soon as you put these things together, I mean, I would have to rip this foam apart to pull that off. All right, so let's keep moving. Press that in. There we go. These all got their loops. We have a belt inside ready to go. Zipper installed. This armor is finished and it will be sending off to its client today. So this is the last you guys are going to see. I'll take a few more photos of it for my keepsake, but I'm really happy with the design. I'm really implementing some, like, you know, I want some structural fracturing throughout these. So trying out some new designs here, really going hammering, you know, like tile, like cracked tile. So that's the idea for this. And you have to be so sporadic. You can't be uniform with damage. Damage, you know, if you do, it starts to look, you can see it. But I'm happy with this. The cracks, everything's spaced out pretty good. There's no real major clean spots. You got one good spot like back here. I wanted it to be a little, but also like I hit the ground and I smacked up against the wall this way. There's actually a fist print right here, so that is like knuckles right there. You know, going like this. Just, you know, there's little stories around the armor that are speaking. So, but this here you can see the key blast. It's kind of like a round shape right there, so that the beam itself was like blasting through. You know, Vegeta's arms kind of like going like that, and the beam's kind of like smacking through here. And then there's also some particle beams alongside here that have punched through the armor. But yeah, I got a couple of the really cool armors coming up, you guys. In fact, every single one of these is traced in an armor set ready to be cut and formed. So, and I'm about to pick up a lot more foam, and I ordered a ton of foam online last night. So I did get a few cool commissions came in. I got a Wolverine. I'm gonna make a custom Wolverine armor set, and it's a rush order for San Diego Comic-Con. So I think I really got to get on that. Let me make sure this is shut really good. Do not want your barge to dry out on you. And then I got a piece of plastic. Just like to wrap this up so I don't waste it. So I'm happy with these. This all looks really great. I'm gonna go button this armor up, get it in a box, and then we're gonna head to the post office, get my quote. So basically what people do is I do commissions. You pay 50% down, and then when I go to send you a receipt of how much the shipping is, so I go to USPS, I'm like, can I get a quote for this? And then they print out a receipt. I send that to you, and then you send the final payment and shipping, and then the armor's handed out. So try to break it in. I can break it into 3 payments as well for people, so it's more obtainable. I know one person's like, you need to charge $1,000. I was like, hell no, dude. There's no way I can consciously sit here and do what I do and be like, oh, what $1,000, you know, I'm not that guy. I want cosplay, I want fandom to be affordable for people, so, you know, this is $400. Obviously, like, it's fully tailored to you, and I put a lot of work and a lot of, you know, look at all my trim. Let's flip this camera around. I want you guys to look really close. Like, all my seams here are perfect. There's no funny business going on. Everything is married up perfect on these, and I really take a lot of care in putting all this together and making sure that everything's symmetrical and built really well. Yeah, you know, I'm not trying to toot my horn here. I am. I'm sorry, guys. I shouldn't be like that. I should be more like humble with my words. I'm definitely not the best. There's a lot of creators out there that make me look like kindergarten art. You know what I mean? I'm just, you know, I do what I do. I find a medium. I'm happy with this. I feel like this is appropriate. Yeah, I could layer panels on this and make this 3D here, but the amount of time that I'd put in extra for that, and the amount of time that I put into these, it would cost, the price would really go up. For me, I feel like the accuracy for the anime, I like the white lines. This is just my opinion. I like it. I just like, now there's actually lines cut into this. You can feel the lines, and all these you can see there's actually gaps there, but they're very minute, okay, very small. But yeah, this, I'm really happy with this. It's gonna leave. Customer's gonna be really happy. He's already ecstatic. He's been sending me messages, just so excited for it. Zipper's installed. Back panel here is all nice, and this is all 3-dimensional as well, so this actually has, I don't know if you guys can actually see, everything is shaped out really nice. I'm so happy with this set. This is the first Vegeta I've made in 4 years, guys. Probably over 4 years. So I'm really happy with it. Okay, I gotta go inside and watch these kids before they go get too crazy. There's only so much Miss Rachel can do before Daddy has to run in there, and I hate that my kids watch a little bit. Too much TV's not good. A little bit of TV's good. Too much TV, that's not good. I gotta go in there and get my boy ready. We're gonna go to the store and get some supplies, get the quote on this, and send this off to the client. Alright guys, thanks for hopping into this. You all are doing really well. I should probably go get myself a haircut today. Being a dad, I don't take care of myself. Like, you know, I go bzz, bzz, I'm like, good. Who am I trying to impress, you know? Crafting a Saiyan armor phone. 3D printing. I've seen some incredible 3D printed armors. There's this one guy, he makes beautiful 3D printed armors, and he does all these other really cool armor sets. I mean, he does Iron Mans, and I said Iron Mans because it's like several different types, and he does a beautiful 3D printed Saiyan armor. I'm not gonna lie, look at that. I'm just like, that, man, as a creator, I can appreciate another person's art. I love seeing other Saiyan armors, and when they, you know, are creating something in a different style. Or, you know, me, I've been doing this for 15 years now. So in the back of my mind, I have ideas and plans on how to, like, oh, I want to like make a mold and make a cast and make it out of so-and-so materials. And when I see somebody do it, I'm just like, yeah, somebody's actually gotten to it. You know, obviously, for me, this is my method and this is my way. But you know, exploring outside of this, now, I'm going to go ahead and say the reason I work with EVA particular is because I can tailor this. I can make this long, I can make it short, I can really do whatever I want. I can make it for any size, any shape. That's why I like this. You can do that with 3D printing, but then you're kind of stuck with a hard shell. You can make a mold, but then you're stuck with one, you know, size and really one thing. So for me, it's the challenge. It's every single armor I make. We're doing with these mitts here. This Dremel has made over 1,000 sets of armors using this little bin here, doing the beveling and stuff like that. Heat gun here, bowls, my wife's bowl set that she really doesn't like me using. It's perfect for making these shapes in the chest. Which today I'm gonna go by Goodwill and see if I can find my own set so I don't damage hers. But anyways, guys, thanks for joining in. Where do I get my, you can message me. Like I said, I am affordable. I try to keep my rates, like the cell games start at $400. What you see right here with a tail is $600. And you can do installments of 2 payments or 3 payments. It doesn't matter to me as long as it's fully paid for by the time it's finished and stuff. And I don't rush my clients. Once it's done, I say, hey, it's finished. When you can, go ahead and send that money in. We'll get it over to you. Because it's your prerogative to get your armor. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna rush you to get the, you know, squeeze you the money out of you. But you know, if you don't send the money in, this thing sits for like a year, there's a good chance it's gonna get recycled, and then, you know, the process has to start over again. But as long as we just work together and we trust each other, we're good. So yeah, I gotta go. I gotta get this shipped. This is heading out to its client. He's super excited to get it. I'm very proud of this. Yeah, I don't know what to say. I just, I'm glad I'm back into this. I'm glad I'm making my armors again. Over 4 years I've waited. I built a Saiyan pod, the Hope One Time Machine. I became a dad of 2 beautiful boys. And I just took that 4 years of not, I didn't think about armors. I didn't touch an armor. And it wasn't really till this guy came over on Halloween and asked me, hey man, could you help me make some armors for my my children? And I was just like, yeah, dude, you know, come on over. He came over with a bunch of supplies, and I helped him. I helped him make all those little armors, and that ignited such a fire inside me. So I just started building again, and it's just like, you know what? I love this. I miss this. I don't know. I like it. I like my lines. My little. Okay, we're getting weird now. I like it a little too much. Alright guys, much love, take care, until next time, hit that follow button, join me. I will be doing this every morning. I try to get out here and hammer out where before the sun comes out and starts cooking me to death. But we gotta hop into the old truck here, new truck, whatever you want to call it, old Bessie, and we're gonna go get some supplies. We're gonna get some more paint because I'm out of the yellow paint. I ran out. Got some paints over here. Just gonna look over these, make sure I got what I need. We got a Planet Area armor coming up. 2, we have a Cell Games and a relic set. It's not wearable. It's something that's sized to what Vegeta would have worn, and it's gonna be the Planet Area Ariel. What am I thinking? I'm thinking of Yardat and Ariel at the same time. Yardat. That doesn't make sense. And I'm really, by the way, I said Yardat. Now I gotta say it.
Somebody please order a Yardat armor. I want to make a Yardat armor so bad. Never done it, and I really want to do it. Anyways, much love, guys. Till next time, I'll catch you later. Stay gold and stay creative.